We're in the Music Hall on FM 101.9. Ashley MacIsaac is here. He's at the Troubadour tonight at 9:30. First time at the Troub?
Yes, it is. Hi, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Now, see, like all of a sudden we came out of that commercial and it was so soft and
I know,
smooth.
I know.
And I'm sure your elegant listeners out there who are driving around in their new Mercedes.
Lease Mercedes.
They're saying, well, what's this abrupt thing that's taking place now? And Ashley MacIsaac in the studio. But here we are with our fiddles and guitars, and we're in Los Angeles. And
you're wearing, wait a minute, you're wearing a San Diego Padres cap.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, rub it in our face.
No, you want to know why I have this
Yes.
hat on? Is actually because I came down from San Francisco yesterday, and we drove in to do this radio program just outside San Diego in Carlsbad, I think it's called, possibly.
Yes.
And while I was on stage jumping around like a madman, going rah, 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 stomping my feet, this fella came up and said, "You can't wear a San Francisco hat here."
That's right.
So they put this hat on my head like in mid-stomp, and it hasn't really left since. It's permaplaque to my hair.
It's a good-looking hat. Wear it proudly.
Well, hey, I could wear any hat in L.A. and look cool because this is just a hip place.
It's a very hip place.
Although it's Glendale we're at.
It's just as hip.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Burbank. Who'd you bring with you today?
With me is a fellow by the name of Stuart Cameron, and Stuart is an acoustic guitar, electric guitar, Celtic guitar player. We do like, basically our gig is playing fiddle music, but the energy a lot of times is provided by the arrangement stuff that I use, and this is the morning acoustic set for the wonderful, we're in the Big Barns, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering where we're actually recording here and doing this beautiful morning show. This is like a studio. And there's like a square dance field. There's haystacks in here. It's Glendale at its best. do you know Glendale, Cape Breton by any chance?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, Glendale, Cape Breton is where Cape Breton fiddle music in the 1970s had a revival after a film called The Vanishing Cape Breton Fiddler. When that took place, everybody like came out of the closet.
So to speak.
Well, all the fiddlers that had been hiding in their houses and stuff, right? And they all started playing again, and I ended up at the end of that, about 10 years into that phase, I became the young kid who was going to be the fiddle player to do something in Glendale, California. So here we are, and we got our fiddles and viddles. And
almost a local legend here. Hi, How Are You Today is the name of your new album. And when we play the song that we're going to play, Sleepy Maggie, a lot of people think that the singer is called Ashley MacIsaac. That's you. The singer is...
The singer is actually Mary Jane Lamond. My gig is playing the fiddle on the record, and Hi, How Are You Today is a collection of fiddle tunes with a couple of others. There's a song on it called What an Idiot He Is that I sang. But the song Sleepy Maggie, which is really the one radio structured song that you guys would like find like instantly sort of close to being like a song, even
and
though
we did.
Yeah, it's in a different language, mind you. It's in Gaelic. It's really like a Gaelic dance song, and it's it's the typical Celtic boy meets girl, but now we're like in a discotheque.
Let's hear it from Ashley's album, Hi, How Are You Today? This is Sleepy Maggie with Mary Jane Lamond on FM 101.9. Well, he's such a hard guy to talk to. He's got nothing to say, no personality. He's not funny. And this one...
Can we stop this right now?
Did you meet Mike?
I did.
And he's got nothing.
His guitars were stolen like 2 weeks ago. This is better. What does that cost, like $2 grand?
Whoever has your guitars, stolen.
Well, they lost their keys when they got out of the van, like in the van. They stole it.
They're stealing your stuff. They brought it. Instant karma. That's really awful. Two better ones.
Excuse me. Yeah, so they were responsible.
Once they park it,
Then they're correct. So their 24-hour guard who's supposed to be sitting there all night didn't see someone crawl through the van and like take guitars out.
And it wasn't anyone he knew either.
No, yeah, right.
Every day for a sandwich.
I got ripped out twice. Well, my wife, no, I went for it. I gave people money for tokens. They went. I said, okay, yeah, I'm not going to get it any other way. If I give you money. Well, I hooked up eventually. But it's like, I played the game twice. Usually I play it once when I'm here, and if I lose, I lose. There was quite a few good scams I was catching up with. I was happy. Yeah, well, you know, see it. That's about it.
That's their excuse. What are you going to say? Okay, what are you calling police? I'm trying to buy, I'm underage, I'm trying to buy beer, the guy stole my money.
No, you just drive down the street and find them the next day and chase after them with a knife and like, lose your mind at them. It just like, makes you feel really bad.
Ashley MacIsaac from Hi, how are you today?
Fine, thank you very much.
His major label debut on FM 101.9. That's from the CD because obviously you didn't have enough people with you today and you don't have Mary Ann with you.
Mary Jane is actually...
Mary Jane, sorry.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Mary Jane here in the background. We keep getting mixed up and stuff, right? So, you know, but we won't go any further because I know Gene Autry is listening to us this morning. Gene, hello. I'm going to play a fiddle tune for you, and it's not going to have any hip-hop beats in the background. It's not going to have any of those things that you know you don't want to hear because really you just want to hear a good Will Rogers-style fiddle tune. So we have solo fiddle and solo guitar here if you want to hear a bit of a tune.
I'd love to.
Cool.
I would love to.
Well, this is just tremendous now. Like
we would all love to.
we're just a bunch of traveling troubadours. And tonight we'll be a troubadour as well.
And you're from Nova Scotia, we should say. People didn't have a clue. They didn't know. Was it Ireland? Was it Scotland? Was it... Well, are you Welsh? They didn't know. But
well, this is very quickly. The whole gig is at Cape Breton Island, which is connected to the mainland of Nova Scotia, settled by the Scotch about 150 years ago. We play the music from there. This is it. We can play it nice in the morning like this. Or we can play it more like sort of drunken troubadours at night when we're at the Troubadour, and it'll be much more sort of a ruckus. So do you have anything in particular that you'd like to hear?
Your choice.
Okay.
Your choice.
I'm sensing Gene's appeal. See, we're staying at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel when we're here, which is like a completely wonderful place. Every time we come there, we get like these strange vibes of Hollywood because I don't think anybody still wants to stay there anymore, but us being Canadians are like, okay, we're going to go in here and we're going to see Marilyn. We're going to see like everybody who we can get in the elevator. And of course, last night we went down to the swimming pool, and what happened? But who did we see, Stuart?
I wasn't there.
Oh my God, I guess I even saw Stuart down there and he wasn't there. Some of the crazy things in that hotel that take place were wonderful.
The
So
ghosts of the Hotel Roosevelt.
these are the Roosevelt jigs. 1, 2. gigs they are.
Ashley MacIsaac from
Ashley, you think you can stomp a little louder?
from the album Hi, How Are You Today? I don't think we've ever had anything like this in the music hall before.
Well, it's
outstanding.
Hey, we all know here because, ladies and gentlemen out there of the jury, which is the only way I can speak to Los Angeles now with this still guilty sign on the street. What are you going to hear except a good fiddle tune on a station owned by Gene Autry?
Tonight at the Troubadour, you can hear Ashley MacIsaac. They take the stage at 9:30. Don't miss them. The album is in stores now. It's called Hi, How Are You Today? Thank you so much for stopping by FM 101.9.
Thank you very much for having in a really different thing in the morning.
Anytime you're back in town, you come back, we'll have you anytime. We're coming back with a 10-song set of LA's finest rock next.